Good morning, students. Namaskar. Welcome to the 6th session of the Sharada Lipi class. I will just share my screen.
Shared already.
Oh, okay, fine. So before we start our session today, so let me just recite this shloka from Panchastavi. Om एकैकं तव देव बीज मनगम संव्यञ्जनाव्यञ्जनम् कूटस्थं यदि वा पृथक्क्रमगतं यथास्थितं व्योत्क्रमा यं यं काममपेक्षयेन विदना केनापि वा चिन्ततं जप्तं वा सफलीकरोत् सहसा तं तं समस्तं नृणाम्. Now let me just go to the as usual, we will just look at the assignments from students and a few if there are any common mistakes. So we could see some assignment. This is from Monica G. So I think everything looks good here. Everything looks good. Only one point which I want to highlight in the assignment here. So when we make th, if you see here, so this is how we do it. But sometimes what happens, because of this curve, some students have drawn too much belly here. So don't do that. So just try to just a slight and an artistic belly here, which will just look good. So otherwise that is fine. There is no absolutely any problem in that. So nice assignment here. This is another assignment here, Gargi ji. Very beautiful written. If you see here, exactly that's what I was trying to tell you. This particular curve. So very nicely drawn. Not too much of curve here. So the is also very good. Na is also good. Very nice. Ma is also right. Just only one point on ma. Very small shirorekha. Not the complete. That means when we are drawing the ma, it's like this. And very indicative, very small. In fact, ma does not need a shirorekha. So this is how this is drawn. So that is, I think otherwise it's very nice. No problem here. Yeah, this is another Rekha ji, very beautifully drawn. Even though you see here, one good thing is she has written with the pencil, and this is also looks good. That is what we also say. Don't try to avoid ball-pointed pens. Even if you write with a pencil, that looks much beautiful there. Then, yeah, this is another from Akanksha. Just one small corrections which I have identified here in this is. Otherwise everything looks good. When we draw this if you do like this, and if you do like this looks more better. Try to reduce this particular, you see this height, this is not, try to reduce that. Otherwise this is, everything looks very beautiful. And in fact I was very happy with all the students, the way they have drawn this burr exactly coming to the center. Otherwise in our previous classes a lot of students had done a lot of mistakes in that, but here everybody has written very nicely. No problem in that. So Yeah, you see here, my point was, if you see the what you have shown here is, you have drawn like this, and here, this is proportionally, this is little longer. That is all. So you can just shorten it little bit. Otherwise, no problem in those things. We'll go to next. Yeah, this is another assignment here. Yeah, so very fine correction here. What is the observation here is, when you draw the, this is a common mistake what I have found from students. So what students had done, it's like this way. Let me just try to draw it here. So it's important we show that. So when students have drawn the, this is how they have drawn. Try to keep, if I have to draw this the correctly, this is the, so what I mean to say here is, this line and this line is not different. This is, it has to be almost on the same plane. So that is that was the little correction which I found pointed here. Rest everything is fine, no problem. Yeah, here also Aniket ji, same what I have shown you. You see here, this the is bending slightly. This is, that's not correct. If you see here, here and here, there's a gap, right? It has to be in the same. See, this is right. This is also right, but reduce this. Don't keep it so much. See, this is very simple. That's it. Otherwise, very nice, beautifully written. No problem on those things. Yeah, this is another from Akanksha Govind. So very nice. No mistakes in all of them. I could find everything is written correctly. Yeah, this is another from Priyanka ji. So the very nice. Only one correction here is, if I can just show here, you have to extend the Shirodekha a little bit. You see here, it is short. Shirodekha, just move it little bit more. Otherwise, no problem. Right? Very nice, very beautifully written. No corrections in that. Okay, this is another from Bala Shiv Kumarji. The is right. The is also right. Na, very nice. Yes, this Shirodeka, somewhere it is missing. Oh, somewhere it is missing, but otherwise nice. So yeah, very nice, good. Okay, this is from Cheshta ji. The is very good. The is also very nice. The is also good. The, na, pa, very nice. All these alphabets are very good. Most of the students have done very nicely. Even though small corrections are there, but that is acceptable. Everybody does those mistakes because it's like you are learning it first time. But yes, you see here, everything is very clear, crisp. No mistakes. All these alphabets are beautifully drawn. So no mistakes here. Okay, this is yeah, here if you see the mistake in this was you had add a shirorekha and per. That's what I pointed out here. Do not add the shirorekha on per. Otherwise, it's very nice. Everything you have drawn is correct. And yes, there is another mistake here which I can observe. Yes, here. Let me just show it here. I should draw it. So when you draw fur, this is right. This is not right. So this is wrong. There is a slight bend here. So if I have to draw once again, you just make this little curve and then a curve here. You see here, that is fur. So this is not a straight line. So, but yes, otherwise very nice, no problem. If you see here, it's a straight line type of thing. That's not correct. Rest is right, fine, absolutely no problem. Here you see, that is what I have pointed out here. So it's not straight line. It has to be slight bend first, and then that means you just bend slightly and like this. Otherwise, this is fine. Very nice. This is another assignment from Panishri. No mistakes. I could not find. Everything is very beautifully drawn. And what I'm happy also is that people are using, all the students are using the right tools, right pens to write their assignments. So beautiful. So yes, Pradeep ji, yeah, here you see that's again slight mistake here, which I will have to show here. This is not correct. It's not. This has to be in the same line. You see, you cannot have this two gaps. So it is like this. This is the no is right, but slightly you can even extend it slightly more also. That is fine. Very nice. No problem. I think everything other than this is acceptable. Yeah, this is another assignment. I don't have the name here. Please also mention your names when you are doing. Na. Very nice. Okay, is right. Very nice. No problems. Everything is correct. Okay, this is Smitaji. Na. Very nice. I think everything is correct. So yeah, here this only one mistake is here. The ma has to slightly be bending. It is not a straight line. That is what I pointed out here in ma. But otherwise, this was fine. So this is not correct. This ma is right. So somewhere when you do ma, it should not be a straight line. It should not be like this. This is wrong. That is done in Devanagari. In Sharada, it is slightly bending and then like this. Yes, otherwise everything is very beautiful, no problem. Yeah, so I think per slight curve at the end. Don't put too much of curve. So what I mean to say here is some people do like this, which is not correct. Just a slight curve on initial this thing. That is important. This is very important here. Don't put too much of curvature. If you see here, this is not right. This is not correct. This is otherwise everything, all other alphabets are correct. Also, try to align in the same plane. That is what I explained. Yes, this is already corrected. This is we have seen. Yeah, here that is correct. Slight turn. I think everything is right. There's no problem. Okay, I will have to. There's some way to. I don't see. Oh, I don't see to how do you turn it. But otherwise, I think this is fine. We can just look at this last assignment. This is okay. This is is correct. Is also right. Right. Na right. As I said, this has to be same plane. This is not correct. No, just a straight line. Just a straight line. Yes. I think that is all I have from the assignments. But yes, students can look at even if somebody's assignment is not checked, they can look at what we have pointed out, and then we will go to the current session. Just before Veronica starts her session, I just want to just talk about one small announcement here. So this we have this is a celebration what we are doing every year. There is basically the Gauri Tritiya. This was the day of this used to be a day of initiation in Kashmir, especially even they say even the Sharada temple also, which is in POK. So, and on this day, the Diksha was given. Even the students who has to write, he used to be given basically he has to start today. So today that is 14th of Feb. That is next Sunday. We have time, but on behalf of Core Sharada team, so we are celebrating, and all these details are on our Facebook page. We have also posted on our Twitter. So if you go to Facebook page Core Sharada team, and there will be a lot of programs. There will be scholars who will talk about the importance of Sharada Lipi and uh, the history of Sharada Lipi. Then we will also have some important events of students, small kids, and in fact, in your homes also, if you have small kids, we have also put a small competition type of a drawing painting where they will have to draw something. You have to just scan this code on your mobiles, and you will be taken to an application form. Please go through that application form, and then there is a painting, there's a picture which if you can take a printout and give it to small kids. If you can share us his photograph also, what he's doing, and then after submitting, we will also have the best painting award for that. There will be also few programs where we will also invite some of our students to talk about their experience and what they are doing. Then we will also talk about our mission and how we are going ahead and what is our roadmap towards the revival of this Sharada Lipi. So please be connected with us on Facebook page, especially on Facebook, because that's where we will put all our programs live. And all these details will be posted on our Facebook from next week. So that is all I had. Thank you, and I will hand over to Veronica ji for taking us for today's session.
Thank you, Rakesh ji. So welcome to the sixth session of our Sharada Lipi class. We will continue from where we left last time. We completed till ma. Let's do with the year work now. We will start with year or lover, and let's see how much are we able to cover today. So let me begin with year. So this is how we write year in Devanagari. There's a little curve here. This is year in Devanagari. In Sharda, you will see that this part, the beginning part of year is a little different. Rest of the body remains same. Now this is year in Sharda. Now let us see the difference. Now you will, some might get confused that why that this year looks like similar to somewhat like per, because per has a same curve. But now the difference in per and year, I will just write here. This is how we write year, and per first of all, there is no shirorekha, so that is one point of difference between year and per. Now, second is this this angular curve. This beginning of year is different from what we have in per. Per, we have a very slight curve, and then we draw it like this. See, there is no angle here. It's a soft curve and very small, not very protruding outside. Very small curve, and there is no shirorekha. But in here you have an angular line, angle here, and then this part here, the lower part is very much bigger. The curve is very much bigger as compared to per. So this is how you can differentiate between these two letters. Let me draw it with a normal brush also. This is a line. Then I draw a round curve here and complete shirorekha. This is year. I will draw it again. This. Make sure that this part is bigger. It's not very small. And this angle is very important in year. Now moving on to the next letter. Next is R. This is R, Devanagari R. Now here, draw shirorekha, draw straight line, and this. This is R. Now it is resembling to what we have done, like E, the E that we did. It is very much similar to this. But here the point of difference is that there are no two dots on the top of it. Like how we draw an E, we have two dots on the top of the shirorekha. But here we just have this and we draw a triangle. Now the size of the triangle is as small as we draw in case of E. It won't be very big, like how we usually draw B. I will just make a point of difference between few letters that are similar looking. It might look like somewhat similar to the akshar B, this B. From per varg, this B, because this is how we draw it in Sharada. Now here, just notice the point of difference. Here you see, it's a round figure and it is much bigger. There is a curve here, there is no angle. You see this angle here, there is no angle in B. And plus, this entire thing is little more bigger than as compared to this. This, when you draw R, you draw the triangle little smaller than what you do in B. B covers the half, this round covers the half of the vertical line. Here, it is just 3/4. It just stops here. It is not too big. You cannot draw R like this. What I mean to say is you cannot draw R like this. So this is the point of difference between B and R. If I draw it with a normal pencil, it starts from the middle of the shirorekha, and this is R in Sharada. Okay, so moving on to next, L. This is how we draw Devanagari L. Now in this L, in Sharada, It is very much similar to the L in Devanagari, but the difference here is, you see this tail, it is extending. This line here is extended here, but in case of Sharda, you see this line, it is very small. There is no extension of the tail in La. So that is the only point of difference between Sharda and Devanagari La. I'll draw it again and you will understand. When I draw this La, I do not extend this line here. I just stop it in between here. With a normal pencil, if I draw, I will. Here, there are two curves. And this curve is very small. It is not extending like this. Otherwise, it will become Devanagari La. This is La in Sharda. Make sure there are these two curves. These curves should be properly visible. And this makes La. Now, coming on to the next consonant. That is Verb. This is V in Devanagari. In Sharda, you won't find much dissimilarities in these these letters, but there are a few points that you need to make sure that you pay attention to those fine differences. See, it's almost similar looking to what we have in Devanagari. But now the only difference here is this curve here. It is not round. I'm not drawing it like a round figure. What I'm doing is, it is like this, and this. No, the shape is not right. Yes. This is V. It is not an angular thing here. If you see, it's a curve. When I draw this, I'm not drawing an angle here. I'm not making it like this. That would be wrong. It's soft, curve, slightly bending here. Sorry, there was some disturbance here. Yeah, so continuing this curve here, there is no angle. This is a soft curve. This makes it V. Now I will just write all these four again, and then you can ask your questions if you have any doubts. I'm trying to write all of them again. First, I will draw year. This is year. Then R. Then this is L. And the last one is B. I will draw with a normal pencil also. That would give you a much better understanding of the shapes. So here, now R, L, this is L. Now the last one, B. I'll draw this again so that it's very clear that there is no angle here. It's a soft curve. Yes, this is the correct shape. So this is this, and if we have any questions, we will regarding these four or anything else, then we will take them before we move on to our next consonant.
Yeah, there is only one or two questions which I answered, but it's about verb. If the curve is slant, I think that is what you showed also. It is slightly
Yes,
slanted. It is not straight. Yeah.
Yeah, I will draw it again. See this curve here, I'm not drawing it like this. It's the same curve how you have a slight curve when you take B upwards like this. When you take B upwards, you have a slant curve here. So it's very much similar to this, but the only difference is it's on the both sides. This is the right shape.
Yeah.
Any other question?
There are no questions, but I just want to connect it with the tattvas about Yara lover. So as we know, we learned about the Shiv tattvas, which are the pure tattvas, which were all vowels. Then we learned the tattvas, which are basically the consonants, where we learned Panchamahabhutas, Tanmatras, Karmendriyas, and Gyanendriyas. Then we also learned about those cognitive elements, Man, Buddhi, Ahamkara, and then Purusha and Prakriti. And this Yara lover is nothing but these are called Shat Kanchukas in Kashmir Shaivism point of view. So what it means is indirectly, because Kashmir Shaivism, we say that everything is Lord Shiva. This is whole manifestation of Lord Shiva. I am also Lord Shiva. Now, if I am Lord Shiva, why do I not know that I am Lord Shiva? Why do I know just I am Rakesh or I am Veronica? So that is only because of these limitations, which are Kanchukas, these coverings, which are also, these coverings are also they own Swatantra or the free will of Lord Shiva. And these coverings are 6. So if I say first year is the covering of limitation of time, which is Kala, and the limitation of creativity, which is Kala. So Kal and Kala is year. The limitation of time, that means I am 45-year-old, or I am 60-year-old, or I am 20 years old. So that is the limitation of time. And then the limitation of creativity is, yes, I can only know Sharda, I cannot know Tamil, I do not know Telugu, I do not know any other language. So this is basically about the creativity. Then the R is the limitation of knowledge, which is the Vidya. So it's basically about the knowledge. No, sorry, the creativity was about I can only create whatever is basically whatever I can do. But this Vidya, R is Vidya, which is the limited knowledge. And the L is Niyati and Raga. Niyati is the limited space where I say I am in Bangalore, I'm not in Kashmir, or I'm not in Delhi, I'm not in space, I'm not on moon. So that is the limitation of space. And the another limit is raga, which is also la, which is basically the limitation of attachment. So this is my book, this is not my book. So that is the limitation of attachment. So that is la. So this becomes, that means here is, I will repeat, here is kala and kala, which is limited time and creativity. R is limited knowledge, vidya. The la is niyati and raga, the limited space and limited attachment. And va is the covering of all, which is the maya. So maya covers maya, and these five altogether consists of the 6 kanchugas. But this Lord Shiva has no limitation. He does not have any limitation of any of these 5, or whatever we basically have this limitation of time, space, knowledge, attachment, or creativity. So he is limitless of all these. That is only the difference between a Jiva and the Shiva. So that is why in Kashmir Shaivism basically we say Shiv, Nar, and the basically the Maya. So these are the 3 things. It's a threefold. So that is the point which is here le ver. Yeah, Veronica ji, you can go ahead. Okay, there is another question. Should the 2 curves in le also be slanted? You can explain that.
Yes, this la, there is no slant in the curves above. This is one curve. Then when you draw the other one, it's like this. A little, yeah. Other one is little closed. You won't keep, don't keep it open like this. If you draw this curve, don't keep the other curve like this. So what you can do is slightly just close it. Don't extend it like this, but close it where it ends here. So that's the only thing. In la, there is no slant in la. It's a straight. This curve is on the straight line. Don't draw it like this. That would be wrong. So this is the curve. 1, 2, and slightly just turn it inwards. So that is la. Okay. Now we will do the other consonants that are remaining. Next one is sh. This is sh. Then I draw it in Sharada. It's a straight line. Yes. So this is sh in Sharada. Now it might look similar to some of the other letters, like for example, ma we have. See this ma. Somewhat similar. You might find a few similarities here. Although they look similar, but there are a lot of differences between the 2 letters. Now see this is a straight line. Then I make a very sharp triangle here. And unlike ma, it's not a straight line, it's a curve. And I draw a round on the left side and then join it to the vertical stroke. And there is no shirorekha covering the letter ma. You have a small one here, like this. So this is few points of differences between these 2 letters. I will draw the sh again. Straight line. This triangle is very, very sharp. It's not a round figure. Then a vertical stroke and the Shirorekha completely covering the letter. This is sh. With the normal pencil, it would look like this. This is sh. It might get filled if you are drawing with a thick pen or a calligraphy pen. And if it doesn't get filled, that's all right. You can just leave it how I have left it here. Don't try to fill this triangle here. And other one is sh. This is the other sh. Now in Sharda, again what we have learned before, it's the same thing, same points of differences. It is very much similar looking to th in Sharda. Now the only point of difference in sh and th is this, the Shirorekha on the top. This is covered completely with the Shirorekha. This is th. And in case of sh, there is no Shirorekha on top. Rest is all same. The shape is exactly similar to what this is. Just the Shirorekha is missing here. And the curves are also similar, like how we have learned in our previous class. A very soft and very small curve. And this part is not protruding like this. It's not a very big curve here, a very small. And then like this. Same as with th, just the th has a Shirorekha, whereas this sh doesn't have a Shirorekha. And I'll draw it with a normal pencil also. Here. When I draw it, straight line. See this part. Make sure that you draw it like this and not like this. Avoid doing this. Otherwise it will look like year. You see this? If you draw it too big, it might look like year. So make sure that this is very small and sorry, no Shirorekha. This is sh. Now the next letter. Moving on to next, we have S. Now here again, few similarities and few dissimilarities in this letter also. This is S. Now again, you might get confused between this letter, sh and m. So for that, I will draw all these three together. First, I will draw sh. Okay, the next I will draw m. Now you can compare all these three and see the points of differences here. What sir has a sharp triangle, which is similar to what we have in sh. Same triangle sir also has, sh also has. But in case of m, it's a round figure here. Other point is this sir has a little, starting with a little horizontal stroke here, very little, not too big like this, very little. And there is a straight line how we have in sh. Now the sh, here this sh is missing this horizontal curve in the beginning. And in case of m, it's complete this curve here. It doesn't start with a straight line, it's a curve and a round. And m also doesn't have a shirorekha, it has just a small shirorekha on the vertical stroke, but very small. Now these are the point of differences, and when you go to the advanced course and start reading the manuscripts, you will find that in some of the manuscripts sir is sometimes written like this without this curve here. So there then it becomes very difficult to differentiate between sir and m. So the only point here then remains is this triangle, this part. This is the difference, the point of difference that will differentiate between the two. When this curve is missing here, then this is the only thing that you can tell, like if this is sir or this is ma. So this point in sir and ma is very, very important to note. In sh, it is very it becomes easy because it has a shirorekha, so it is easily distinguishable from sir and ma. And I will draw this with a normal pencil also. So here. A small stroke here. This is so. See this curve here? This and this. So make sure that this is a slight curve and the line is straight after this. Don't make the line like this. If you make it like this would be wrong. Make sure that it's a small curve in the beginning, then the line comes straight, triangle and a vertical stroke here. This is the. Now next one is her. The Devanagari her. Now here, start from the left side of the shirorekha. Draw a line, little slant. Then draw another line. Again, this is also little slant. And then a round. This is her. I'm drawing it again. Don't draw this this starting line straight. Okay? Just tilt your pen, draw an angle like here. Then when you draw the other one, it will automatically come as a slant. When you have this slant, when you get this slant right, this automatically will come right and around here. Now here, don't take this round to behind. Don't make it like this. If you do like this, don't leave it here. Try to get it a little beyond, but leave enough space here between these 2 points. Leave enough space. You see, there is a lot of space between this point and this point. Don't try to, what I mean to say is, don't try to get them close to each other. Don't make it here. The reason being is that when you learn matras, you will understand, when you learn conjuncts and matras and all, then you will understand why we need to have a wider gap in between these 2 points, this and this. So make sure there's enough gap between the two. And with a brush, a normal pen, when you draw it, again, make this curve slant. Then this automatically comes like this. And this is her. This becomes her. I'm not getting it too far. I'm just stopping here. Here. So, yes. Now Rakesh ji will tell you about the tattvas and if there are any questions.
There are no questions, but yes, you very well explained the difference between sh, sa, and ma. I think that is very important for students to understand it, because that is very crucial when they will also write it. Yes, definitely on the tattvas, these sh, and sa, these are called the Ushma Vyanjanas. So why they are called Ushma Vyanjanas? That we say that they are from the energy, from the heat of his own self, that is, which is Lord Shiva. They are not created by Lord Shiva. They are rather the heat of his own nature. So the nature of Lord Shiva. So these are, that is why they are called Ushma Vyanjanas. Now, like an example, the first sh is the state of Shuddha Vidya, where it is, we say it is aham, aham, idam, idam. So which is basically, that's a clear, basically he sees that the world, manifested world is there and I am there. So it is basically the both are predominant, this as well as I, that means aham as well as idam. And the next, which is the Ushma, which is the sh, which is a Shatkon wala sh, which is the Ishwar Tattva, where it is idam aham. The idam is more predominant, where the state is that this whole world is my own manifestation. So that is the state of that. Then there is another, which is sa, which is the Sadashiva. Sadashiva is I am the whole universe. So it is aham idam. So aham, that means the I is more predominant there. This is more predominant, and this is in fact just very. This is the 34th tattva, I can say. So from, if I take from the Prithvi, if I have to take one, so it is aham idam. So this is. First, I talked about the Shuddha Vidya, which was the sh, where it is aham, aham, idam, idam. Then the sh, which is the Ishwar Tattva, which is the idam, aham. Then Sadashiva, which is the aham, idam. Then the ha is the last alphabet. If you know, this is called Prana Bija. This is the complete. This is the basically the Shakti Tattva. in Kashmir Shaivism. If you see, when we say aham, so is nothing but the Lordship. It was the first basic, the Shiv Tattva, where it was when we started our alphabets. You know that we also talked about is the supreme consciousness, which is the, that is why it is present in all these vowels together, k, kh, g, everywhere. Is predominant everywhere. So that is the pure Shiva Tattva, and the h is the pure Shakti Tattva. And if I say aham, where that is what basically it is all Shiv, Shakti, and the combination, it's basically the union of Shiva and Shakti. That is this whole manifestation, that is the whole universe. Yes, there was a question about the previous Kanchukas. So these are like nothing but six. Those were just six coverings that I am also Lord Shiva. The only difference is that I am Lord Shiva, but limited. I have a limited expression. I have the limited knowledge. I have the limited creativity. I have the limitations of space. I have the limitation of time, and all these things are with the limitation of Maya. Now, Maya in Kashmiri Shaivism is not an illusion, but it is the creation of Lord Shiva himself, because Lord Shiva has five energies, which is Srishti, Sthiti, uh, uh, Srishti, Sthiti, Smriti, and Vidhana and Anugraha. So where Lord Shiva has even the Shakti of where he conceals himself, or he basically hides his own glory, hides his own identity. That all happens with the Maya. That is why it is Maya when it is in objective world, when it is in my state, in that individual objectivity, it is all, I see the differentiated world. I don't see everything is me. But when it is in the pure tattvas, above the 31, 31st tattvas, the Maya becomes the Mahamaya, where it is the complete glory of his own creation, or own creativity, or own manifestation. So that is it, Veronica ji.
Okay, so with this we cover.
Maybe definitely next class I will try to take these all these together. I think it will be very interesting. We will take these all these 36 tattvas with reference to these alphabets. We will take half an hour on that. It will be very interesting for students to understand it.
Yes, yes, we can show the presentation that you have made. We can show that in the class next weekend. Okay, so let us revise what we did today, starting from here. This is here. Here. Don't make it too big, keep it small. To the 3/4 of the line should get covered. This stroke should get covered. Keep the loop similar. Just stop it here. You can close this loop at the end. Don't close it like this. A slight closure here is needed. That's it. Then V. That's it. There is a slant here. Do you see this slant is here also, and downstroke also has a slant. And this is soft roundish curve here. Now after that, sure. Triangle and a shirorekha covering the letter. Now the other sh, similar to what we have learned in pa and tha, slight curve in the beginning, then the horizontal line, and the difference here is no shirorekha, sorry. No shirorekha in case of sh. In tha we draw a shirorekha. This is sh. Now sa. Very slight curve here to begin with, then a triangle similar to what we have in sh, sharp triangle, and a slight shirorekha here. Don't try to make it too big like this. Just leave it here at towards the end. It should be more towards the right side and less towards the left side. Try to avoid towards the left side basically. Just extend it towards the right side. That's it. Then next one we have is start from here, curve, then this. Again, I will just draw it again. I'll explain. Do not make this the other line that you draw. Don't make it straight. If you make it straight, then you will get the entire shape of her wrong. The other line has also, this also should be slant. Like how you draw the first line, similar way and similar angle, draw the second one also. Don't try to make it a right angled thing here. This is how it should be on the 45-degree angle, and then this. And again, this her, do not extend it behind. Just leave it here. Little more you can get it down, but make sure that you have enough space between this and this. This is her. If there are no questions, Rakeshji, do you think we should cover the Sanyukt Akshar also?
Shudragya. Maybe we can, if I think it will not take more time.
Yes. Okay. So this is how we cover with this our consonants. Now we move on to the Sanyukt Akshar that we call the conjuncts also.
I think that will complete all these aksharas today, and then from next class we can start working on the conjunctions.
Yes, correct. So if you have you feel that there there are some doubts, so we can cover again them in the next session. Don't worry about that. But at least we will just touch upon those Sanyukt Akshars also. Now the first Sanyukt Akshar is Ksh. This is Ksh. Now this Ksh is the combination of K and sh. So this combination, so that is why they are called Sanyukta Akshar, because they are the combination of two consonants or two vyanjan. This is in Devanagari I have written. Now in Sharda, I will first write the combination of the letters. And sh. Now these are also, I mean, these are both half, and this is how we draw halant in Sharda. So don't worry about this right now. I'm just showing you the combination. This is just a combination of ka and sh. And when we draw this,
is sh also having halant?
I think both are half, right? Both ka and sh are half.
Okay. I'm not sure. Maybe we can check it. I think it's only for ka, which is half.
Okay, we can check on that. If sh also has a halant.
Okay, yes,
So
I think they're confirming that both are half. You're right. That's fine.
Both are half. Yes. Okay. Okay, now note the shape here. Pay attention to the shape that I'm drawing. You see this? This is ka, and this is sh that we write here to the left side. Again, why the shape of ka changes here, we will cover that. But for now, you just the only need to understand is how we draw sh. So this is how we draw sh. I will draw it again. This is how we draw it. Just pay attention to the shape and curves and everything. Rest all the other things, if you have any doubts why this curve is written like that, why there is no complete rounds here, so that would get covered when we go to the next classes, next rules and all. So this is sure. Now here, this vertical stroke has to be a bit longer. Try to keep this long. When you draw this curve on the horizontal curve thing, don't extend this like this. Make sure that you stop it here in midway and then write sh to the left side of this stroke. I will draw it again once more very slowly. Draw this stroke, keep it a little longer so that you have enough space to fit, accommodate the sh also below. Then this, just keep it short. Do not extend it like this. Keep it a little short. Okay, this again, this curve here, it's a curve. It's not a angle. It's not a right angle curve here. It's a soft, smooth curve. And this line here. So this makes it sure. I will draw it with a normal tool also for better clarity. Sorry. Keep this line a little longer. Then draw it like this. Keep it shorter here. Don't extend it beyond this point. And this is your sh. Any doubts in this letter so far?
No, I think there is only maybe we will clarify before next class whether the sh is half or sh is full. I think that is where we will check that.
Yes, we will check on that. But I think both should be half. But still, we will check that. Okay. So the next one, the next conjunct is tra. Now, the is again a combination of two consonants, that is the and r. Now again, if r is also half, we will check on that. But for now, I will just leave it here. The and r. And just draw it here. In Sharada, this is how we write the, tra. Draw the, and r comes below this like that. So this is the combination of these two letters, the and r. Now again, the is half. This is the half letter is, this is how we denote half letter in Sharada, which we will learn this again in the next classes. I'm just showing you that the is half, and r I'm just keeping it full because I'm not sure about if the r is also half. So this is tra. I will draw this tra once more. It's similar to ta. You draw ta how you draw it in Sharada, and put a slanting line which is connecting to the end of the, and this becomes your tra. I will show it again with a normal pencil also.
Only difference in Devanagari for this r when it is down is in Devanagari we put that stroke towards left, but in Sharada we put the stroke towards right. So that is all difference.
Yeah. Yes. So the direction changes in Sharada. That's the only difference. So this is tra. Again, I will draw it here, and from here, this point itself where you end the ta, you draw a line. This becomes tra. Now the last one is gear. Now again, this in case of Sharada, Devanagari, people who know Devanagari, they will understand that gear again is a combination of j and nya. But here in case of Sharada, there is a slight difference. This gear in case of Sharada is a combination of, although it is pronounced in a similar way, how we pronounce it in Devanagari in Hindi, It is gear, but the combination of the letters is a little different. It is not combined with j and nya. It is combined with j and this n. No. So hence this is half here. This is half j. So the combination here becomes, it is similar to your j, how you draw j in Sharada. Just draw that j first. Now to make it gear, what you need to do is you already have a curve here. You have already learned that there is a slight curve going towards the right side in j, and to the same curve, make another curves like this. Now make sure that this is not slanted. Don't make it like this. You know, this or this. This slant is incorrect. This slant should not come. It's falling in the, you know, it's in the straight line here if you see. So to get the right shape, what you need to do is make this line very bigger in the beginning when you draw it, so that you have enough space to get this figure straight like this. Try to make this curve very long. If you keep it short, if I draw it like this, if I keep it very short in the beginning, then you won't have enough space to fit this now, you see. Then you will have to go a little slant. So make sure that you have enough space, that you have a lot of place to fit this in a straight line. So this is gear in Sharada Lipi. I will draw all these together once again. First, I will draw here. Keep it short, don't extend this here. And this is ksha. With a normal pencil when you draw it. This is ksha. Don't extend this line too much, and don't make a curve here, or don't make it like this. Make sure that it's little shorter as compared to this stroke here. Now the next one. Through.
Some of this student confirm, because I'm not able to see the screen. Is it only my problem, or some other student is also having this? If you can just put that in the question box.
Sorry, I didn't understand. It's not showing?
Oh, I don't see. I don't know. Maybe I have a connection issue. I just want to get a confirmation from any student.
Okay.
They can see it. It is my problem. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. Sure. So this is thra, similar to what we have the, and now ra will come like this, and this becomes thra. draw a line first, Shirorekha. Then number 3, like how we write number 3, and this is through. Now the next one is gear. This is gear. Gear. Draw Shirorekha. This, get it straight, no slant here, and these 2 strokes. Here, I'll draw it again. See, this is coming in a straight line. This is gear. So we will revise them again in case you have any doubts. We can revise them again in our next class. But you can do the assignments. You can write them. If there are any corrections, we will take them again. And then we can start with the next rules, matras, and other rules. If there are no more questions, is there anything else? Any question, Rakeshji?
I think we are good. But yes, students can just, the Kshetra here, students can just practice it. They have to just remember how we draw it. They will understand it more when we take the conjunctions. It will be easy. But because these 3 are also basically considered under the alphabets, so that is the reason that we covered them today. So yes, and we will basically we will also from on the next class, I'll also talk about the first little bit in slight more details. Yes.
Yes. So okay. We'll meet next weekend then, and make sure that you practice all what we learned in the class today till gear. And
yes.
And also please visit our Facebook page, Core Sharada team, and you will get to know about more updates, what our contests are happening this entire week, which are starting from Monday itself. So please visit the page and please participate in whatever way you can, paintings, quiz, or anything else. And we will have our live sessions also. We will keep you updated about the live sessions also, where you can join us and listen to the scholars or students talking about their experience. So yes, so see you next weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.